If you have an evergreen funnel set up to sell a service, a course, or other digital offer, but it's underperforming your expectations when it comes to money in the bank, there are 3 common reasons why it may not be converting as well as it should be. Before we dive in, if you want to double your funnel sales, you'll want to check out my free on-demand masterclass, 5 steps to double your funnel or launch revenue without adding to your expenses or having to get more visible. It's just 40 minutes and we'll give you the exact strategies that I've used to help clients get results like a 300% increase in launch funnel revenue, a 200K increase in annual sales from a group coaching program, and consistent 5-figure monthly course sales. Get the link below and sign up for the free training. So if your funnel is underperforming and you don't know why, here's a breakdown of the 3 things you need to look at to identify the problem. Problem number 1, you don't have enough new leads going through your funnel. This is a basic maths problem that most people misunderstand before they dive deeper into funnels. An average conversion rate for an evergreen funnel is 3%, which means for every 1,000 people who go through your funnel, you'll probably get around 30 buyers, unless you're a wizard and have way above average conversion rates. You need to drive traffic to your funnel every single day to meet that demand if you want to make consistent sales. You can do this organically or use paid traffic. I don't care. If you're not doing anything to reach new eyeballs and attract them into your funnel, your sales will feel drier than your mouth on a red wine hangover. Don't ask me how I know. So if you have a goal in mind for your monthly sales, here's how to figure out how much you need to grow your list by. Say you have a $1,000 offer and you want to hit a 30K month. You need to make 30 sales of that offer, which means if your funnel converts at 3%, you need to add approximately 1,000 new people to your list every single month. That's not necessarily 100% accurate. It will probably be less than 1,000 because some of the people who enter your funnel may buy at a later stage if they didn't buy initially. But that gives you a rough idea of how much you need to be growing your list by, which is probably maybe quite a lot more than you initially thought. But don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. That is around 30 people a day, but you can do some of this in larger chunks if you use the right strategies. If you use ads, this is totally achievable and way less effort. But if you don't have any ad budget, check out my video on 10 ways to grow your email list without paid advertising. The next reason your funnel may be underperforming is that your messaging is stale and feels very 2021. Once you have enough people going through your funnel, you know that the problem is either down to your copy and messaging or your offer. Both are a really important piece of the puzzle when it comes to making the sale. And when it comes to messaging, if you've not updated it in a while, here's why it may be time to redo it. A lot of audiences in the online course space are what we call sophisticated, which means they're probably burned out and a little bit bored. If you have a generic sales message, they've heard it, and a lot of common phrases and sales arguments have been seen. So you want to make sure you're doing something different to both grab attention and maintain that attention. You need to go one better than generic and obvious phrases and make your audience feel seen and understood. Strong, clear, and specific messaging can work for years, but when an audience becomes jaded, they need additional reassurance and you need to work harder to grab and maintain their attention. How? You need to get to know their problems and desires on a much deeper level, to the point where you're literally using the language that they use to describe their problems. Sweeping statements that you get from using ChatGPT or Claude or other AI tools are not going to cut it. You need to do better. When I do this work for clients, I'll send surveys out to their audience, and I'll also get on phone calls with potential buyers or past buyers to understand why they've bought or why they haven't bought my client's offer. By understanding their motivations, their objections, their needs, their wants, and their current experience or past experience, it really helps me to create hyper-specific messaging that converts at way above the average that generic sales copy will convert at. Your messaging not only needs to be specific, but also strategic, walking your audience through a customer journey that positions buying your offer as their next obvious step. You can also set up automated feedback loops as strategic touch points through your funnel to gain deeper insights as people go through your funnel, and that will save you time. You don't necessarily have to hop on calls all the time, but it's worth doing this once every couple of years just to get some new insights, or when you notice your messaging is not converting well. It might sound like a lot of work, but trust me, this is worth it. Guesswork and half-assed copy are not going to cut it anymore. The next reason that your funnel may be underperforming is that your audience and offer don't really match up. Even if your offer has sold well in the past, you can't guarantee that it's always going to continue to work. In the online world, things are always changing, and as a business owner, you need to be agile and make tweaks to keep your business from becoming stagnant. Some offers stand the test of time, but I've noticed over the last few years that there are cycles of the types of support that people want. Sometimes they crave more community, other times they crave deeper one-to-one support, sometimes in person, sometimes virtual. When everyone jumps on trends for how offers are presented, there's a window of time before people crave something different. And although trends shouldn't be the only driver of how you structure your offers, it's certainly something to be aware of and consider. The most important thing with your offers is that 1, they provide the exact outcome your audience is looking for, and number 2, that they work for your lifestyle and your skill set. Once you have that dialed in, you can afford to be a little flexible with some of the finer details and experiment with how your offer is structured. For example, I've seen a lot of people who DIY move away from buying templates to buying AI prompts, which help them write their copy even faster, or offers moving from group coaching calls to one-on-one voice coaching offers, or from courses to private podcasts. The point is, you need to know what vehicle your customers want and the level of support they need to reach their desired outcome. And how you know? You need to ask them and get plenty of feedback on whether they have the right support and are getting the results they were hoping for. If there are gaps, find out how you can plug them and make tweaks to your offers accordingly. Now you know what's causing your funnel to underperform, you'll probably want to know how to fix it. I share 5 of the most important steps to increase your funnel revenue in my free on-demand masterclass. If you want to know how to double your launch or funnel revenue, sign up for the masterclass at the link below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.